What's going on, Cubs fam? It is time for yet another top 25 video. We have been doing this list, Cubs fam, for 3 years. This is the third consecutive year of top 25s. The first one ever was July of 2017. Here we are in July 2020. I always like to bring on a guest to talk about the top 25 list that our pollsters vote on. And this month I've got a special guest for you. I love finding new talent there out in the community. And today I am joined by Fort Mort. What's going on, Fort?
What's up, man? Thanks for having me. This is freaking amazing.
So Fort here has been streaming for just a couple months over on Twitch. I got a link down to his stuff in the comments below. And so the reason why you need to watch him is his Grand Arena record's better than mine. So there you go. That's all you need, right?
Thanks for the plug.
All right. So Fort, you familiar with how the list works?
Yes, I've seen the video actually a couple of times.
Okay, right on. Well, let's
good list. I like it.
Okay, let's get right into it. So we're gonna start with the bottom of the list. Now we're really curious about the characters that were just dropped, of course, and so neither of them made the top 25 this month. But I did want to call out where they ended up. So Mon Mothma was in at number 38. And so pretty low on the list. People aren't sold by her just yet. I'm a little bit disappointed by 3Baka showing up at number 26. Out of the top 25, spoiler alert, Chewbacca made it. How do you feel about that, Ford? Do you feel like that's accurate? Do you think 3Baka got snubbed, or do you think it's about right?
For one reason, I believe he got snubbed because one, we don't know how it's going to play out yet, and two, we got a ship on top of that Chewie.
Okay. There you go. All right. So there you go. All right. Let's look at the real top 25. Starting with number 25, Jolie Bindo. He was not rated last month. He's on the list now. Darth Trey in at number 24. Same place she was at last time. Fives dropped 3 spots. He's at number 23. Brood Alpha in at number 22. C-3PO jumped a spot up at number 21. Yoda at number 20. Fives, 19. Rex is at 18. 17, Chewbacca. And then 16 is Han Solo. Fort Mort, any impressions from the bottom half of this list?
So if I were to say, Jolie Bindo to me is one of the best relics in the game. So I guess we're not really considering relic or what level they're at, but Jolie Bindo, absolute stud.
Yeah.
Absolute stud with a Zeta. And it's funny, Grandmaster Yoda keeps dropping. So it not bad, though. A lot of those are about where I had mine.
Right. Yeah, and I think maybe Yoda would climb a bit more if he had that little more synergy with the new Jedi Luke. But that's Hermit Yoda who's got that synergy. Yoda's kind of snowed into this position of helping me beat Grievous teams right now. Yeah. And maybe he'd be used other places, but that's just the best place to use him, along with Jolie Bindo. And having Jolie, a thick Jolie with 5 capital C's is kind of the way to make it through those Grievous teams. So you mentioned Chewbacca, him and Han swap places. How do you feel about Brood Alpha? Brood Alpha's kind of been trending down too, down to number 22.
Brood Alpha was one of the first people to get that character, and I have not regretted that decision with TWs and everything along the way. It was my first not meta, even before JKR, just because I have a bloated account, but it made my top 20. I want to say 19 when I did mine. So he doesn't have a ship. He's got the brute, but he doesn't have a ship.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I'm big on the ships.
So you're big on the ships. Now, if you remove, I'm curious to get your take on Chewbacca here, because one thing that I'm big about personally about this list is I don't like to penalize characters for not having a ship on this list in particular. It's not necessarily like I guess all around value, but just how good the character performs themselves in battle kind of list. So with the ship consideration removed, do you feel the same about Chewbacca kind of being in the right place and 3Baka being off the list being right, or would you change that? I feel like 3Baka is a more valuable character personally outside of the ship consideration.
Yes, if you take the ships out of it, then Chewbacca is actually the one that I'm going to take the relic before any of them in that lineup. But he can go into different synergies and different lineups, so I really like that character. Chewbacca's kind of always going to be stuck behind CLS.
And something I talked about in a video yesterday is that 3Baka, while not a rebel fighter, technically. He's got a lot of Rebel Fighter synergy with that chain revive that Mon Mothma can provide, or that revive that Mon Mothma provides will proc 3 Bacchus revive is what I'm trying to say. And then also he's got so much natural assisting capability in there as well that he works really well in that team. So, all right, interesting. Good take. I like it. All right, let's get to the next part of the list. We have got 15, Commander Luke. He stayed exactly where he was last month, ladies and gentlemen. Bastila Fallen, same story. She's at 14 still. 13, General Kenobi. He dropped down a spot. Grievous fell 3 spots. The lowest he has been since his rework. 11 is Padme, and then number 10 is Thrawn. There's a lot to unpack here. I am not sure I buy Grievous at 12 with my heart, but with my mind, the more I think about it, he's just kind of old news at this point. What do you think about that, Mort?
So I actually had him rated a little bit higher, but as I look at the list and I look at different things with the Vader rework, Wat Tambor out there now, it's still not accessible to smaller players, but I still don't even have Wat Tambor after 2.5 years. But
Rip.
Grand Admiral Thrawn will always be a freaking tool, always a great versatility tool. Yeah, to see Grievous actually below JKR, I guess kind of makes sense because Revan's the one that's taking him out.
Yeah, I mean, which one is more versatile at this point? I think it's in some ways up for debate. There are, I think Jedi Knight Revan, which he is above Grievous on this list. Of course, he's up there.
Spoiler, my bad.
You're spoiling the list. Jeez. No, of course he's up there. You know, if he wasn't, either that or he's not on the list. But he's able to take out Galactic Legends in the right composition. He's able to take out more teams than Grievous at this point. And so I think not too long ago, it was flip-flopped, right? Grievous was probably more valuable, but I do think that value has shifted in Jedi Knight Revan's direction. Let's see here. Anything else? Padme jumped a couple spots. Do you feel good about that? You like Padme at 11?
I love Padme. I think Padme is the most universal versatility team in the game overall for offense, defense, and taking more teams out than others. So I love Padme. I love that leadership.
You just love Padme in general, don't you?
I just love Padme. Yes, Leia's mom.
Leia's
don't
mom.
Get me singing it. I'll ruin the stream.
I gave you a moment there. I was like, if you want to sing it, I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah.
The Cubs fan is always down for new renditions of Leia's mom. Trust me.
I'll do it, but they'll probably turn it off at that point. Maybe I'll get lucky. They'll play an ad. Yeah.
All right, let's do the rest of it. We have got the top 10 now. Number 9, Jedi Revan. There he is. Spoiler alert. And then Wat Tambor hanging on to his spot at number 8. I think he absolutely deserves that spot.
Yep.
Darth Vader at number 7. He's the same. Jedi Luke swapped places with Darth Revan, which I want to talk about with you here. Darth Malak at number 4. The rest of the list is the same. Skywalker, Rey, GL, Kylo. So, Darth Revan and Jedi Luke. Up at the top here, the gap gets pretty small, but movement in the top 10, I say, is pretty significant. When I see that, I pay attention to it. Do you feel like Darth Revan is more valuable than Jedi Luke still?
So I think so. Darth Revan, I know when I face him, he's a bear to take. I have not faced Jedi Knight Luke yet, being where I'm sitting at 4.2. I don't have any of those real metas, so it's harder for me to speak to it.
Okay.
But I know people from what I've seen out in the community are still struggling to appreciate or figure out how good he is. So I'm not surprised at all.
I love what you just said there, that people are struggling to appreciate or figure out how good he is. And I think that is maybe Jedi Luke right now is maybe one of the most mysterious characters in this game because so few people have him. It's kind of like the Galactic Legends were for the first little bit. So few people had their hands on them. We thought they were good, but it's kind of a question mark. And Luke, I think it's probably a little more known, but by and large, there weren't really that many people that got him when his event came around. I think Luke, if we were to sum it up, Luke is a better offensive character than Darth Revan. Darth Revan, for now, appears to be a better defensive character. I am running into some Jedi Lukes on my climb. I have a Thrawn Vader composition that I use that takes it out no problem. It's high relics, but it does work. But Darth Revan, to me, is just going to be the better defensive team. We use Jedi Luke on offense, man. This guy's offensive capability is insane. He will spit out 100,000 damage on his basic on a very regular basis once he gets up
Yep.
into those relics. So I think it's kind of a toss-up. I think these two swapping places makes sense if you're prioritizing defense.
Yep. They had a legendary battle I saw with two content creators, and the guy had a massive comeback against another guy. He was down to 3 characters, and Jedi Knight Luke ended up taking all 5 out. It was a huge comeback. That character's insane.
Oh my gosh. Stuff like that, man. Imagine if we had live PvP in this game, we could face off against our friends.
Oh, yes, that'd be amazing.
But no,
Work on it, CG. Work on it.
It's too expensive, Fort Moore. It's too expensive.
Yeah.
Now, I want to get your take on this. Are you, so top of the list, number 1, Kylo, number 2, Rey. You agree with that? You think that's accurate?
That's where I voted. From what I see in the community, not having a GL, it has been pretty clear that Kylo Ren is the boss, even though we thought that Rey was in the beginning. So he's the boss.
It is funny how that shifted, right? I mean, the narrative was overwhelmingly in favor of Rey, and then it felt like overnight, it just dawned on everyone, wait, no, Kylo's way better. And ever since then, I haven't really felt that narrative shift hardly at all.
Yeah.
So you haven't been able to get your hands on a Galactic Legend yet?
No, I'm taking my time. I'm a very bloated account. It's funny how good my record is because I literally I have JKR and I just opened DR just barely.
Yeah.
And I'm working on gas. I'll be ready for gas on the next turnaround. That'll be my first true meta, whatever you want to call it, right?
You already have gas on your stream. Just maybe not that kind of gas.
Yes, I've got all kinds of gas. Crazy stuff spewing on us.
Oh man, I gotta thank you for coming on, and everyone, if you guys are looking for a good time, go check out Fort's stream. There's a link down below in the comments. This is one of the first streams in a long time that I've personally gone to and just hung out because I just had a good freaking time myself. So you got good things going there. I love finding new creators on this for this game, and so I love what you're doing, Fort Mort. Keep it up, okay?
Yeah, just know that it's rated R, guys. You got to have thick skin.
Yeah, so yeah,
I appreciate the plug. Thank you.
It's kind of like Urza, flavor, only I'm gonna say a little more hillbilly, maybe. Is that fair?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, all right. All right, everyone. Thanks again for joining for the video. You know what to do. Like the video if you did enjoy it. Go check out Fort Mort's channel down in the comments below. And as always, my brothers, don't forget.